Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, non-binary pals, and a technicolor rainbow in between, this isn't Modular Media Wrestling Podcast. This isn't Analytical Fanboys, because Vac is moving and going radio silent. So I thought, why not just fuck up the channel even more and just make a bunch of random shit right now with my good friend for forever that you have never met, and I'm introducing to you, Cody Burke. Say hello, Cody.
Hello, Cody.
Perfect.
How's it going?
Beautiful. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Just futzing around playing a video game while we're doing this.
Yeah, what game you playing?
Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
That's a Clancy game, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they've really like, especially with like the last one, like the last Ghost Recon game. Well, old Ghost Recon games are completely different. The last two have been open world. The last one was set in Bolivia, and it was whatever. It was a pretty good game, but they did add free expansion or like free missions. One of which was like Sam Fisher entered Bolivia, and you got to like work with him. So they brought Sam Fisher back. They also brought the original voice actor for him back, and like it's old Sam Fisher, like classic video game Sam Fisher.
That's cool.
Actually, one of the most notable things, the other guest mission they did was the Predator, which was awesome. But there's a really cool line of dialogue when you're like finishing up the missions for Sam Fisher, where he's like talking to the Oracle, and it's something along the lines of like he's like, yeah, there's not many of us left. He's like, just two now, I think, or like there's not many people like us left, just two now. And Oracle goes, actually, no, that guy retired. And he's like, oh, so it's just me.
I've seen that clip. No, he says there's only like two of us left, and the other guy has like a bandana.
Yeah.
And it's like Snake, and it's like, oh shit.
So this game also has Sam Fisher in it, except instead of like a little baby mission, it's the second part of the story that they just released like 2 weeks ago.
So it's just a full like video game MCU, but it's all Tom Clancy shit.
Yeah. Honestly, that's probably been around for longer than people realize, though. You remember the game Watch Dogs? Did you ever know about that?
Yeah, isn't that like connected to Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, like you end up attacking somebody or like killing somebody who's a president of Abstergo Industries. And that's kind of when it started. But I think like for the most part, all of it can pretty well exist with each other.
All except Rayman.
Yeah.
People forget that's a Ubisoft.
I mean, they always
IP.
have like patches and stuff. I think they actually exist. I think Rayman and the rabbits exist in universe as like a video game.
Okay, that's a cute enough idea.
It works pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they also they did a Terminator limited event. And you can get a bunch of the stuff. You can get like the resistance rifles, like the laser guns and stuff.
Dope.
Yeah. So it's pretty neat. I didn't get to play it. I didn't feel like getting on to play it. Like this game is kind of like tactical shooter rinse and repeat.
Oh, okay.
And it's
But
like
it has
333 square miles of map.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like one of those daily drop-in things like Fortnite and Warframe.
No. How do you mean?
Like log in every day and you get a special bonus.
No. It's you could play the game. It's like a single player game / co-op.
Okay.
And there's like an actual story and stuff like that, and you can beat the game. It's an open world. It's like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which they recently did. It's because like that game also had a really big open world. I actually need to play that because that game is like beautifully set in like ancient Greece. The last one was set in Egypt. Like that game was amazing too. Ubi's really been doing very good like open world games. But like this game is just like an island kind of like it's similar to how they did Bolivia, where like Bolivia was a real place that had like multiple terrain. This place is a make-believe area with a bunch of like semi not quite near future like robots. There's like a pretty much like a big super techie company that like has not taken over the whole like island, but they pretty much own the island. So like everyone lives in like smart homes and stuff like that. And there's like electric cars on the street. I don't know. It's weird.
It's a setting.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. A lot of the settings are cool, but it's just a game that has like every like probably couple of miles from each other. There's like a base to take. Some of them are massive, and you could like choose how you want to do it. You could like take everything out. You could like do this, that, work with people.
A typical Ubisoft open world game where you have a bunch of different little things that you can just do as you want.
Yeah.
Did you beat Doom Eternal?
Yeah, absolutely. I like marathoned Doom 2016 and Eternal back to back.
Damn, now you just need to play the first 3 games.
I have.
The first 3 in the storyline.
Which ones?
That's 1, 2, and 64.
Oh, well then yeah, I have. I haven't finished 64.
Because 2016 is like direct continuation of Doom 64.
Yeah, if you you remember how like my PlayStation menu works, right? Like I just have it to where it's like the games are side by side when you go to pick what you want to play.
Yeah, and it's like by latest to what you've latest played, so on.
Yeah. Ever since I got the 4 terabyte hard drive, it's just like an instant or an infinite stream. And in order, like recently it goes Doom, Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom, which is 2016 Doom, Doom 64, No Man's Sky, and Doom Eternal.
Perfect.
Yeah, I Doom Eternal came with Doom 64, and I already had Doom 1 and 2, the original, on PlayStation. And Jake bought me Doom 3 because you get something from each game in Doom Eternal.
Doom 3 seems to be the only outlier now. It's the only one that doesn't add up to the story, which just makes it more of a black sheep.
No, but like there's like a bunch of references.
Yeah, like isn't the Hell Knight the Doom 3 design so they could differentiate it from the Baron?
Yeah, there's that. There's a couple other things. There's a bunch of references to that.
Like the
game.
cube thing.
Yeah, that's like the main one. Yeah, that was in the last Doom as well.
Maybe they'll bring it back as a weapon one day because they brought back the exclusive Doom 64 weapon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't unlocked that yet. I beat the game, but I haven't like done all the collectibles and stuff.
Yeah, but like they brought it back, so
yeah, that's pretty cool. No, man, Doom Eternal was phenomenal.
it looks really good, and I would love to play it one day. I just have nothing to play it on.
Yeah. Only thing I could say is like on the last 2 missions, I didn't fully enjoy like the second to last boss fight. Um, it was just like whatever, but like you could do it pretty quick. Um, I didn't understand how to do it at first because like it told me how, but I like misinterpreted what it meant. So I was just like doing it wrong for like 30 minutes. And then like I figured out how to do it and I was like done in 2 minutes. But um, the last level leading up to like the boss fight, like it's just a bunch. Like you're in like a destroyed city and it's like you're just hopping from skyscraper to skyscraper. But in each skyscraper you land on, there's like 5 and then the boss, and it's like a zigzag pattern up to it pretty much. And in each one you land in, it's kind of just like fight every single enemy in the game, and it's like 2 or 3 of them all.
Oof.
And it was fine. It's just like the environments they were giving you were like very square, and there wasn't a lot of like monkey bars and shit to like zip around on. So like I had to like Call of Duty move around a little bit. That stuff was still there. It just didn't feel like it flowed as well as like everything else in the game. And like by the time I got to like the 3rd skyscraper of like going through all the enemies again, I was just like, oh man, this I'm feeling this. Like I'm feeling the opposite of fun.
Yeah. But it does sound like a classic-y Doom kind of situation though.
Yeah. And then you get to the last boss fight, and it just took all of like I like got there and I'm like, man, this like fuck, like I just went through all this bullshit, and then like you get there and like it's almost as much bullshit, but it's absolutely exhilarating. Like that whole boss fight is exhilarating. And like I remember like doing it and thinking for a second, I'm like, is this like too easy? But then I realized like what I was actually doing while I was playing that boss fight. Because it's also like a square arena, but like you could just fly around as much as you want pretty much. And there's like these like charge up things that give you like the sword.
Yeah.
Um and they just like litter the map with them. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of easy mode. But like you're pretty much taking constant damage. And like I realized I was like naturally like every time my health went down a little bit, I was like using the sword and then grabbing another thing and then like putting some fire in on the boss and the boss was moving around. And like that went on for a while, but like I never felt like it was like rough. I was like my heart was going. That's like the craziest thing about that game is like you go into like one of the little battle arenas, and like you just are in it and your heart's going because like you're just
You get
moving
into a
around, and I
flow
love it
state.
so much. Hmm.
The
Um,
last, okay, real quick, podcasty bullshit. We're probably just gonna spoil anything and everything. So if you fucking care about that shit, fucking turn the podcast off. You're talking about the Icon Ascend, right?
yes,
Okay.
I didn't want to say it so, but yeah, it's
Fuck
the
it.
Icon of Sin. It's cool. Oh, actually, there's
At
two
least it's
parts
not
of
a
that.
JPEG this time.
Yeah. Which technically in Doom 2016, the Icon of Sin was there, but it was just like an Easter egg.
Yeah. I hope like
Um,
they probably would have said it if they did it, but like one of my favorite things of like the old school Doom is the John Romero Easter egg with the Icon of Sin.
Technically, it's in the game.
Oh, it is? Shit.
Yeah, and the audio files for the music.
They put John Romero's head?
Yeah, if you look at like I forgot what kind of graph it's called, but like Mick Gordon, is that his name?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he put like a bunch of like it's like 666 and pentagrams and shit, and like if you look at it in like a if you run the audio through a certain graph.
Spectrograph.
Yeah, there you go. At the end of one of them, um, it's a bunch of John Romero's head on a spike. It's like
Perfect.
the exact thing. I
It's the
don't
ultimate.
understand how that's done at all. So
It's probably like sub bass signals.
yeah,
I mean, it's the same kind of thing that let old school computers record programs onto cassettes. All that beeps and bloops.
yeah. So what's been new with you?
Nothing much. Like I've just been writing shit uh scripts for videos so I can eventually make them one day when I get off my
Yeah.
ass.
I just realized I was gonna ask if you've like gone anywhere. I know you don't usually get to do that unless we go out.
Yep.
But I also forgot the shit that's been going on.
Yeah. Hey, I'm prepared. I've been self-isolating for years now.
I know. Um, Thankfully, I'm an essential worker, so you know.
You work at a fucking cell phone store.
Yep. I was given a piece of paper today in case I get like pulled over on the way to work. They're like, "All right, this is your. I am an essential worker paper. Have fun." And I'm like, "Man, sorry, officer. I work at a cell phone store. Got to sell these people a fucking phone case."
I mean, to an extent, it's kind of keeping the service available for the people
Yes,
so people can be connected. But like,
it it also took us until like 2 days ago to like get the approval to be able to put tape down to have people stand back from the counters to be able to tell people that we could only have X amount of people in the store. We could only have one customer per worker in the store. If somebody comes in and it's a couple, we have to tell one of the people to stay in the car, stay outside. It took so long. It practically took like a month or 2 months to like get to that point. It's only been in here for like a month, so yeah.
yeah, but
So
just
they just dragged their ass on it.
anything to maximize profits.
Yeah. The crazy thing is, like, obviously we've been slower since, people aren't going out a whole lot. Um, but it's not too different.
Yeah, I mean, you always said it was kind of not necessarily slow, but relaxed might be a better word.
Yeah.
It had what you were never like in over your head essentially.
Only during like Christmas time and Black Friday and stuff. Like those checks, like we were selling like crazy phones. It's also one of the most profitable stores. So like we were just like cranking it out. Um, so I guess to put it into context, a regular check is like usually like if I hit all my numbers, which isn't normally hard to do, my check is sitting at like 350 to 4 a week. during Christmas time, I was getting like 650, and COVID-19 checks are about 250. So,
Uh,
which isn't, it's not bad. Because I get paid hourly and commission. It's just I've not been hitting commission because people aren't there to like do that. People come in to pay their bill, and I try to tell them to like sign up for auto pay. Except my usual spiel is like, oh, do this, you blah blah blah. And now I'm like, hey, if you do this, you don't have to come into this store. You don't have to go outside to pay your bill. And they're like, it'll be fine. I'm like, I don't know that we will be open in a month. Please do this.
yeah, America's full of dumb fucks.
Dude, there's so many people just in town alone who just don't care. I don't know.
Uh,
But since I can't go out and buy action figures, I've been saving some money, so that's nice.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, beautiful. Save money from buying plastic.
Granted, it doesn't affect eBay shipping or like Amazon in a severe way, so I still got those outlets.
Oh yeah, Big
They're
Bad Toy
there.
Store.
I rarely buy stuff from Big Bad.
Just treat it like a catalog.
Honestly, yeah. I dragged my feet, and I can't make myself do this on certain things. I like there like certain things that come out that are like a little bit more pricey, like Omega Supreme, for example. I like
Right.
knew I wanted it, but I didn't want to like commit 150. However, for some reason, I could buy the entire Fantastic Four in like 2 weeks, and I'm like, that's fine. Even though this is also $150, I'm like $20 here, $80 here, the rest of them over here. Like,
It's compartmentalized, yeah.
yeah, so it doesn't feel like it's me spending all my money, but it is still. But yeah, the Super Mini Plo, the Go-Go, what was it? Go-Go Ranger, Go-Go Rescue,
Probably.
the Lightspeed Rescue Zord.
There you go.
What?
I'm just laughing at you.
I couldn't remember what it was actually called. But yeah, like that one's completely sold out. I'm in talks with somebody on eBay to like buy it from them. It's like a pre-order through them, and it's just some guy who's got a connection to get it like shipped here.
So like they scalped a pre-order?
I don't know. It's obvious they definitely didn't scalp a pre-order from like Big Bad or some other place because they're charging what it costs and not like what it costs plus import before shipping.
Mm.
Because like Big Bad has it for like 100 flat, and it actually costs around like $60 or $70. The other reason why like I held off on it is because I think we'll still get it in the States. It'll just be at places like what's that bookstore called?
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, it'll be at Barnes and Noble because there's no way it's not going to, because that's where I got my the Shogun Zord. That's where I got the Delta Megazord and the or is both of them combined, the Delta Megazord?
Possibly, I don't remember.
The you know which ones, you saw them.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Which I still haven't built the Shogun Zord, but I have it sitting right there underneath a retro toy, a Hot Wheel, and like 3 Transformers. So
Hey, I mean, with all this time where you're supposed to be at home, you may finally have time to build all those Gunpla.
yeah, well, I mean, I only have I think there's only 3 model kits I have not built.
Oh, really? I didn't realize you've made that much headway through them.
I built them as I like. Are you talking about when I used to have like the stack of model kits?
Yeah.
They were almost all built except for 2. I haven't built the ground unit for 8th MS team, and I haven't built one of my Black TriStar sets, and I think that's the Zaku 1 Black TriStar, which is like a limited release. I haven't built that one. I have another high grade that Gage bought me for Christmas that I haven't finished building, but I pretty much almost got that through. And I think I have a what was that game that we both played called? Little Battlers Experience.
Oh, yeah, Little Busters.
Yeah.
Little
I think I have
LBX.
yeah. I think I have a kit from that I haven't finished yet. I think it's like the
All
good
right.
guy. I don't know. I had like 3 kits of that.
Yo, did you see the April Fool's Bandai thing?
No.
They made a Digimon Metabots crossover design.
Man, I'm glad I didn't see that.
It was Omnimon. You know the Digimon with like Wargreymon's head and Wargarurumon head is like hands.
I'll just pull it up on my phone real quick.
It was that, but with the two main Metabots.
I just switch Bandai and scroll around. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, the one thing that I'm realizing that like I wish I could like be more in tune with is like those really cool candy toys that get released
Yeah.
and the Super Mini Plo. Like, God, I just want like every single candy toy ever, and like it's like $4,000 on eBay if you want it over here, bud.
Just move to
And
Japan. They'll accept you. You can join the sumo dojo.
I'm thinking about it. All right, I can't find it actually. Where'd they do it at?
I don't remember. I'm trying to get the photo. It was in another Discord server that I'm in, but it's not wanting to load on my phone because technology is a bitch and a motherfucker. Technology is a bitch ass fucker.
Yeah.
Why can't I
I'm
copy
trying to
it?
think of. I'm just like looking over at my pile of garbage to see if there's anything to talk about. I mean, there's a lot to talk about.
I mean, there's always a lot to talk about. I am posting the photo in the voice chat area of my Discord server.
Oh, they definitely busted that one out as fast as possible.
Oh yeah, it still looks cool.
Yeah. I was thinking that it was more like a Digimon that looks like a Metabot. I guess I should have realized whenever you told me, but no, that's more of like the Metabots fused onto a Digimon. So still cool. Metabee is like top tier robot design, so
Generally,
or whatever his name is in Japan.
I think it is Metabee, but like genuinely, the Metabots theme is still a bop to this day.
Oh well, they've been doing like slow releases of like Kotobukiya model kits. Um, they did like a prototype Metabee, and they did like a Beetle one, but like I didn't want to like bite the bullet and like go for those. But right now there's like I think it's actually a mini Plo. They're doing the main two Metabots and then like another one that's like newer, and they're like superposable.
That's
And
really
I'm like,
cool.
man, I gotta pay whatever it needs to get those real quick.
Metabot, like,
Because like,
I went into a rabbit hole recently and I found out that Metabots wasn't just like some one and done franchise early 2000s. No, it was still making games in like 2015.
yeah,
They were just
you see that
Japanese
billion
only.
video on them?
What?
You see the billion video on them?
I think I did. In fact, I got this photo from his Discord server.
Nice.
Someone posted it there.
Yeah.
One day, me and
No.
him are gonna have to fight for the hipsteriest person named William in Florida.
Oh yeah, I did see he was in Florida.
Dude, he lives in Orlando. He's
I
made
knew
several
that's-
vlogs around there.
Yeah, because I remember watching him whenever he was doing that the scan thing,
The
scan
scanners
toy.
thing, and he completely fucked up scanning it because you're supposed to do it like one simple clean stroke over the barcode. I had one of those. That's how you do it. You don't just make like goddamn squigglies over the fucking barcode. Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, I definitely found him because like I like on a regular basis like rabbit hole onto like stuff. That happened to me today actually. I've been trying to find like old PDF files and like old like scanned in versions. I even tried to use the Wayback Machine. And I'm trying to look up like toy catalogs from like anywhere from like 1995 to like 2008. Um, just because I want to like see like a Sears toy catalog or like a Kmart coupon thing, just to like have the chance at like bumping into something that like existed that I couldn't remember. Um, I'll like mess with the settings and search options and like type in like 2000s or 2003 action figure or 2003 toy and then like just go through Google for like an hour. Um, and I've like caught stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a very beloved thing that I used to own. Time to reacquire this. Like,
Yeah.
uh, and then I found a Reddit. It was just our toys. And I scrolled through there, and there's actually a bunch of people who post stuff on there. They're like, "Hey, what is this?"
Like, what
And
is
I
this toy I
identified like,
had, and can you tell me what it's from, kind of thing.
I identified like three things today. Like one of the posts was like 2 months old. I was like, "Hey, I know what this is."
Perfect.
The first thing I identified was it wasn't everything in the photo, but it was like he had like this little rover, and I was like, "Oh, I know what that is." that I had the playset that came with, and that was my favorite part of the playset. Hang on, and like 5 minutes later, I came back and I'm like, all right, it's a MegaCon, or no, it was a Matchbox Mega Rigs Space playset, like 2004 or something like that.
God damn. Specific.
Um, yeah, I I'm inching ever closer to like owning something of every mega like micro car, whatever. I recently found I have a Hot Wheels dealer now.
You have a Hot Wheels guy.
Yeah, like not just like straight up like, oh, what I have a bought a Jurassic Park 1 Matchbox set from this dude for like $5, pristine condition. This dude is like regularly making me deals, and I'm just like, how could I not buy this from you right now?
How can I not buy these Jurassic Park toys? I'd be
I,
crazy
I,
not to.
I wasn't even there for it. I was just like, I'm like, if I grab this, I'm like, well, what about that? And he's like, yeah, throw it in there. I'm like, all right, man. Like, um, and like, I'm never gonna open it. It's just, I own a lot of stuff that looks really good on card.
Yeah.
I have a vintage, uh, raceway, micro machines like stock car or whatever, Richard Petty, like Winter Circle something, and it's like a semi truck, his tour bus, and then like one of his classic stock cars. Um, and I mean, it's rough because it's old as shit. It's from like the '80s, but I saw a picture of that a long time ago, and I was like, man, I want that model bus in some form, and then I want like the Richard Petty one, and then I just got it. So, and I got it for like $2. So
Yeah. See, here's the thing: when I have the ability to actually collect toys, I know damn well I'm not gonna be able. I'm not gonna be one of those people who leaves things in the box more often than not. I want them to just kind of be out and about.
it depends on what it is. Um, Let me take a really nice photo of all the stuff there so you can. All right, no live focus, please. Oh yeah, that's it.
Because like, there's a bunch of dumb shit I want just for no reason, just because I think it looks cool, like Street Sharks, the Madman figure I was talking to you about the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I've just fallen down a Madman hole, just reading everything Madman. In fact, I just finished reading the little crossover he had with the big guy from Big Guy and Rusty.
I'm not familiar with that.
Do you remember the Fox Saturday morning cartoon with the big giant silver robot and the little tiny red robot?
No.
I swear, the
Mm,
second you see them, you will go like, "Oh, I remember who those are."
I'm sure. I just posted in chat some stuff. One of the more important things is like to double back to like that pretty much shows like things I like to see in box. The banana action figure has been opened, and the Star Wars Black Series has been opened. But the Sigma 6 figures I haven't opened, and I bought those. That's a Storm Shadow, a Cobra Commander, and a Destro. I bought those with the 1000% intention to open them. I got them specifically at a cheap price and scoured the fucking eBay planet to get those at a price that I was comfortable with, like ripping the box open. And then I got them in hand, and I was like, I can't open this; it's too pretty. And it's kind of like that with like the Hot Wheels micro cars, the Atomics. Um, yeah, because like I don't like fully play with stuff. Like I like to look at it, and I like to like hold something every now and then and just like look at it close. But pretty much like every micro car is always in like a window packaging to where I could see every single angle of it. It's just like dynamically displayed, so I never have to open it. It's just ready.
Yeah, I
Um,
like having things in the open just because I like to fiddle with things.
yeah,
You know, like those Hot Wheels you got me. They're open because every once in a while I'm just doing something else, I have it in my hand and just do a little doody doo on the desk and just
so I got Hot Wheels that are open. Um, I also have micro cars that were open. Like I bought it's a space one, and like I wanted to like fuck around with it, so I like ripped that open. And I got some Hot Wheels laying about.
oh
Every now
yeah,
and then, like there's yeah.
oh yeah, I posted a picture of Big Guy and Rusty so you can see what I'm talking about.
Nope, I've never seen that in my entire life. I don't know what that is.
Okay? This was a comic created by like Frank Miller back in the 90s. Basically, imagine John Wayne and Optimus Prime had a baby, and it's the silver guy, and then Astro Boy was a dumb little American kid who liked John Wayne, and that's Rusty.
Cartoon.
It was a cartoon, yeah, 2 seasons on Fox Kids. Same, pretty sure
How
about
was there like a robot cartoon that I didn't know about?
I'm surprised as you.
Toy. Oh, there is. Oh, there's toys. Let me hop over to eBay real quick.
Oh god, just give you a robot, you'll find it. You'll like it.
I don't think you understand. I have planned exhibits, and I mean exhibits. Because like
You want to put
what
a
I
thing
do,
in another thing and then pimp my ride, right?
yeah, like I'm gonna have compartmentalized displays. I'm like, all right, this is my Marvel Legends. This is my Star Wars stuff. Like, this is like my 6-inch Star Wars line. This is my 3 3/4-inch Star Wars collection on top. Here are like my Mega Constructs. Here are my Mega Blocks. Here are my Legos. Like, and I'm gonna have like Hot Wheels have its own thing, and Matchbox will be mixed in with there, but like in its own like little sub square. And I'll have like micro machines, but around the micro machines, I'm going to have all of my other micro cars that I have collected, like all my Hot Wheels ones, because I own almost one of every single iteration of micro car that Hot Wheels has released on card.
Are you basing that off of the list that Toy Galaxy made in their video?
They made a list of what?
And they made a video for Micro Machines, and they talked about all the kind of basically derivatives of miniature toy cars.
I didn't watch that video yet.
Ah, yeah, they
But this,
they listed off a couple of them. I don't know if it
oh
was
no, I did,
extensive.
because they talked about what I've never seen before that predated micro machines.
Yeah,
And
yeah, the I can't remember. It was like fucking bloopies or blooper, like something like that. Some bullshit.
something like that. No, I specifically have all of the Hot Wheels micro vehicles they've done, except for the one in like the the late 70s, early 80s, which I will. They're different, but I'm gonna buy it just because there's like I can see them on there for like decent prices. Um, they're not quite they're in between scale, but I'm gonna own it just as like a well technically thing, you know. Um, but no, everything else like I have they did like a weird like in the late or the early 90s they did like a weird track pull thing that you've seen where it's like the cars can link together like a train and they can go through a track. Then they did like their own micro vehicles called Planet Micro. Then the Planet Micro turned into Atomics. Um, and at some point Atomics crossed over with not Highway 35 but I think Acceleracers, or no, it might have been Highway 35.
Was that was that the Hot Wheels toy line that was a NASCAR thing?
No.
Okay.
Hot Wheels 35 was a movie or a cartoon. And like there was like 4 different or 5 different factions of Hot Wheel characters. There was like the surfer dudes, like the scrapper whatevers, and then like um a bunch of other stuff. And then except like and I liked that stuff a lot because let me get my hand on the mute button real quick because mi madre has arrived home.
Ooh.
Just in case.
Alrighty.
No, she'll like if she comes in and talks to me. Is there a mute button?
Yeah. It's the one that looks like a microphone. Yep, that's the button. Good job. Well, my friend is indisposed at the second, so I'll just continue talking. I think I'll figure something out. Probably making it very hard for him to talk to his mother right now. You back?
I'm good.
All right.
Let me get retract real quick. What were we talking about? I don't know.
You were talking about your undying love of tiny little miniature car toys.
Right, and then that segued into Highway 35 slash Acceleracers. Acceleracers had a bunch of movies that were put on Cartoon Network. More importantly, that was another like where there was a couple different factions. I'm pretty sure some of the characters from Highway 35 carried into Acceleracers. Except there was 2 different robot factions. So obviously I was just like, oh, Hot Wheels and robots, you got it. But Oh yeah. Well, just to backtrack because I remember what I was going to say. Hot Wheels 35 or Highway 35, the way they had packaged the Hot Wheels was like completely different than ever before. They were like almost in like a cylinder. There was like a cylinder, and then at the top was a dome, and then like the cardboard back behind it. So the car was like completely away from the cardboard back, and it was just like sitting by itself. Um, and it just looked really cool. And they often packaged them two together, so like they'd be like at an angle and then pointing at each other because they were facing off, and it'd be like a bunch of character stats and stuff like that on the back of one, and then like the same. So, and it looked really cool. Acceleracers was the factions were more interesting, but the bad guy drones were matte black, and I mean like actually matte black. Um, it had a matte finish on all the Hot Wheels cars, and then all the other details were like green. The wheels were like this beautiful clear green with like a black stripe around them. And they were just so detailed, and there was only like seven of a car, or there was only seven cars in each faction, and I owned like every single one of them for the accelerations for the drones because they all just look cool because they were all like angular cars. They're pretty much like super sci-fi cars. um, so yeah, there's my Hot Wheels segue.
Yeah. But there was like a NASCAR Hot Wheels show, wasn't there?
I don't know if that was NASCAR. That was called, or I don't know if that was Hot Wheels. It was called NASCAR Racers.
Well, it was like a super cartoony version of like
Yeah,
fucking Jeff.
it wasn't. There wasn't any named racers,
But they
but
had
there were
like their
cars
numbers
that
and
were
their cars.
definitely. Yeah, they were definitely inspired by them because there was a red one, a blue one, a silver blue one, and then like the bad guy black and red one. The good guy red one was like red and yellow, and all the cars did a different thing. They also like the physical toys are really cool because they had like oh,
He was being called away again. But I think I had one of them. I don't remember which one though. Hold on. While he's away, I'm a Google.
I'm back.
All right. Hey.
Do continue to Google them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a green and yellow one. I remember the blue one. Was like a I don't think it's a National Guard on the side of it, but I know it had a number similar to Dale Jr. Um, but it was like the flight one. I had like the blue one and the bad guy. And I remember I lost the minifigure to the bad guy when I was a kid, like relatively close to buying it, and was devastated. I think I actually remember every time I've lost a part of something, like out and about, um, because the two other important ones that I can remember were to double back to the Matchbox Mega Rig. They came with little bitty spacemen, like astronauts with like golden visors. Um, and I lost one of them because I took them with me in the rover that I was talking about. That's one of the reasons why I like micro things because I like as a kid I could put it in my pocket. So like stuff like Polly Pocket, it blew my mind. I was like, "Whoa, are you telling me this is a whole playset in my pocket?" Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Um, man, I remember I was like so jealous of my cousin because she had all the Polly Pockets, and I was like, "I want these. I
But
want
they
all of
also
these.
had
These
Action
are awesome."
Max.
Mighty Max, you
Mighty
fool.
Max. I am a
Um,
fool.
and I never had Mighty Max. Um,
I
I didn't
think
even
that
know it
only lasted
existed.
once. I think when they
Yeah, like
rebooted
Polly
Polly Pocket,
Pocket
they
was
didn't
just
reboot. They didn't
yeah, Polly
reboot.
Pocket was unstoppable. Sorry.
Yeah. No. That's cool.
Um, did you figure out which one you had?
No, because when I searched NASCAR Hot Wheels toy, it just came up with like, here's all the recent licensed version of Hot Wheels NASCARs. And not like the big chunky guy I had because it wasn't like a tiny Hot Wheels. It was like a big.
NASCAR Racers. It's called NASCAR Racers. And let's find out who it was by. Who are the toys by? I'm gonna guess Mattel before I look it.
Cartoon. I got cartoon up because dang, this looks familiar.
Fox Kids. Who made this?
Who made this? Created by NASCAR. Produced by Saban.
Now what I'm trying to. Oh my god, man! I love looking at the back of that, and remembering I owned that. Nice, dude. I owned the shit out of that, dude. Nice. So I had the blue one, the red one, and that truck. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. So like the blue one, they all had different designs, uh, escape things, like little like ski things or like go karts. Um, the blue guy had a jet that like shot out, pretty much like the Batmobile with the Bat Cycle. Um, Man, I'm gonna have to get me some of these. I need like a good quality picture of the thing so I could see who made this. I'm just gonna have to buy one off of eBay real quick. Oh, you know what? If I go to eBay, I could probably get a much higher quality picture. I don't know why I'm so fixated on who made it, but NASCAR Racers does a whole different thing on eBay, dude. I always forget that there's just literal seas of memorabilia. Oh, here's something.
Yep. Well, cartoon toys.
Transforming toothbrush.
Oh shit.
Oh, of course the toothbrushes are made by the people who make the toy. I should have known. What a fool.
Now you are the fool.
That's a Wendy's toy. Come on, do me better than this, eBay. I've seen it before. Oh, I could search action figures.
I think I had the one that has like 204 on it. I think that's the one I had. Because that's the only one that looks like very familiar to me.
204. Let me see. Oh, the red and yellow one?
Yeah. I don't know which version of the toy I had, but it was like a big chunky boy. Of course, it might not have been as big and chunky as I thought because I was like fucking 8 at the time.
I think they made a larger scale one of these. I know they had like actual Hot Wheels scale ones. No, you got to be thinking of the regular toy, because the regular toy is what would be to scale? What would be a fair scale? They're like a foot long.
Yeah,
roughly.
yeah.
Probably a little bit. They're probably like 7 or 8 inches long. But there's something that like your little kid hand could like grab over the middle of.
You good?
Oh yeah, I'm physically moving through my house. Let me pull this up real quick and give me 2 seconds.
I am giving Cody 2 seconds while he does some shit. Probably he's fucking up something. I don't know. Fucking just going down memory lanes of old ass toys that only we really care about. I have a feeling if we had a regular podcast, that's all this would be. It's just, hey man, remember this old toy? Yeah, I remember that old toy. Shit, that was an old ass toy. Yeah, dope toy too.
Listen, dude, I'm a walking encyclopedia of half the stuff I own.
And half the shit you own is a toy line that only lasted like 3 years.
Like, my coworkers know so much about Zevos and micromachines, and they would never know that. They should and would never know anything about any of that. But like, I just walk around, and whether or not anyone's listening, I'm like, did you know that there was a weird subgenre of micromachines called like Galaxy Voyagers, and I own almost all of them? Isn't that crazy? Who are you, a customer? Time to tell you about this dumbass toy.
Oh man. And you have like Almighty Duck.
Oh man, I love that. Oh, I put it up. I forgot I put it up. I was gonna look up to where it was. I did actually enjoy looking at that a lot.
I see in your photo you also put up your reboot toy.
Yeah, I recently took all my boxes down, and everything I owned currently, I pretty much put into more boxes. So now every single cardboard box in here is actually full of something. I put up all my Disney character cards that I was getting.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff. And all of those, like all the weird in-box stuff that I had gotten recently. There was like a Brainiac that I bought, but me and Cole were blazed out of our minds. So we thought we were buying it for each other, and then we forgot who paid for it.
That's friendship right there.
God,
That's friendship.
Dude, that was like a day I just couldn't. I'll never forget, man. God.
Part of me thinks you probably don't even remember it the way you're describing it.
Oh, I had to completely rewatch because like later that day we watched the Godzilla movie, the second one, and I had to completely rewatch it because I remembered 0% of it. Because like we brought this thing with us. American.
Okay.
Yeah, this was like a couple of months ago, or almost almost a year ago, maybe. I don't know. No, probably around like 9-10 months ago. But yeah, we brought the thing with us that we were using to elevate our mindsets, and hid it in the theater. and went way too hard. So I was just like, we were just laughing at parts that weren't funny. There was only like 6 people in the theater, so like 2 of them were like making out, and like there's one creep like sitting in the front
There was
row,
2 of
and it
them
was
making
just like,
out, and they were both you guys.
yeah, it was both me and Cole. Uh, but no, Second and Charles is like one of my favorite stores, and I get in like an absolute shitty mood when I go into one and don't find like a holy grail now.
One day you'll have to take me with you.
Absolutely. Probably whenever this shit lifts and like all the stores open back up.
Yeah.
Because
Especially
Cole
because
now,
the way you're describing it is like maybe you'll walk in there, you won't find a holy grail, but damn, I might find a holy grail, and you can have that vicarious experience through me.
I feel like if there was something you would have freaked out about, I would have already known it and bought it.
Yeah. But then again,
Because
like here's the weird thing. You're very much into robots. I'm very much into weird, like, organic bullshit. Street sharks, mutants.
listen,
I know,
don't you
I know.
dare.
I'm not trying to limit your interest.
I'm saying like if it would have been old, I would have been like, this is a thing. The only time I've done that, and I'll never do it again, ever again. Um, there was a Micronauts figure, not a Micronauts, Morphonauts. I forget. The Toy Galaxy talked about it once. It's like the dudes who had like magnetic joints.
Yeah, no, that's a Micronaut. I'm pretty sure that's a Micronaut.
Yeah, not like the. Oh, I'm thinking I'm gonna get confused with Microman. It wasn't a Microman figure. It was a Micronaut. But they're like 6 inches tall. They're like
Yeah.
actually big, and they have magnetic joints. Um, I saw that in the one in Gainesville. I saw the Black Knight one, but it was the more limited release that came with his horse.
Ooh.
And it was $40. And I was like, that's a little bit too steep. I'm not familiar with this. I recognize the name, but whatever. And then like we're like somewhere else in like another city, and I looked it up, and it was like $200, $150, $180, and I was just like, huh? Like what? So like I could have bought it for $40 and then like sold it, I wouldn't have sold it. I know better than that. I would have like went home, curiously looked it up, and like, oh, this is worth a lot of money. It's mine now forever. If I find something that's like super valuable, I'm like, oh great. I'll tell people about how valuable this is, so they'll think I'm not wasting my money, but I'm keeping it forever because I have no plans to resell this.
You just want
Not to be
hoard it.
confused. Not to be confused with the things that I do currently own that I do plan to resell. I get paychecks, so why would I like fucking have the drive to like go through the trouble of like putting these on? But they're just small things I have to resell right now. It's a couple of Mega Block sets.
Yeah. Oofa doofa. I'm stretching.
But yeah, it was in the Jacksonville Town Center, Second and Charles, in which we were walking around the store with so much shit. Like, not only were we gone beyond belief, but we had so much stuff already. Because like we were just like in a fever, like just grabbing stuff. Because this is when Cole got his 250 or his $25,000 check.
Right.
So we were just like going at it.
Going shopping spree.
Yeah.
Supermarket panic.
Man, like there is like no other like high I have felt in my life than like doing that. And I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about like I'm sure as a kid you remember those commercials
Oh yeah.
where
yeah.
like the people like the kids like one lucky kid like you could like take a cart and you fill the cart up and you got like 15 minutes to fill this cart up and anything you can put in here is yours. And like man, like from like a child I was just like I need that. Like God, like I used to like make plans. I used to like walk down the aisle, like the toy aisles, and I'm like, I'd grab that, 7 of those, all of those. Like,
You still do that.
oh, absolutely. Like, I would like full, like, it'd be a whole different game though, because like I'm a full adult, so like I wouldn't be like not being able to reach shit and stuff like that. I'd be like football player, like running down the line, just like arm out, scooping shit into like my 2 carts since I'm bigger now and I can handle 2 carts at the same time.
You
Mom.
just punt a 7-year-old out of the way.
I do that anyways, dude. They're touching my Transformers, man. I'm sorry. Get out of the way.
Just
No,
drop kick them, get them into the end zone, spike them into the ground, teach them a lesson.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like as weird as it is, um, there's nothing that like speaks to me more than like when I see like an old picture of like a kid holding something in a toy aisle. Just because like I like seeing toy aisles from like different eras because you can see how everything's stacked and it's just like I don't know, man. Like, because I vividly remember toy aisle. Like remember when the Walmart in our town used to be where Big Lots is.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I do remember it, but the only memory of that was playing Crazy Taxi with my dad.
But I mean, like the general area. Like I
Yeah,
remember the
yeah,
whole fucking layout of the store. Um, we're the same age.
yeah, but I also have poop brain.
Yeah, but like I remember so little of everything else. But when it comes to toys, it's almost everything.
You got
So,
toys, I got all the dumb, weird bullshit of like random shit.
but yeah, I just because I remember buying Hot Shot, Armada Hot Shot. I remember like that was before the show came out. It was on the shelf in Walmart, and I remember like picking it up, and I'm like, "Oh, this is the one. This is a toy I'm buying. I love this one." Little red helicopter on the back of the car, and it was like yellow. I'm like, "Yep, you got it. It's me. I'm here. I'm here, man."
This is like my whole existence. This is me.
I just didn't know it yet. Because at that point, technically at that point, I had been given Transformers. Um, I had no, actually no, that's not true. I was pretty into the Transformer game, but like, because like Robots in Disguise was before Armada, and I had quite a few Robots in Disguise figures. So because my favorite Transformer is Towline, which is a recolor of Hoist from Machine Wars. Um, but anyways, yeah. I just remember buying the Hot Shot. I think I don't know why I remember. I just remember like walking, like turning a corner and seeing Transformers I've never seen before, and I was just like, whoa. I also remember buying the Emperor Palpatine throne room set, which was like a little $5 Lego set of just like Palpatine and his throne, um, and the Naboo Starfighter, which honestly is probably my favorite Lego set.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the third untold story of like the thing I remember losing was, you know, like the weird Lego piece that looks like a plunger almost, where it's
Yeah.
like a stick and it's got like the negative stud at the bottom, so you can plug it onto stuff. The Naboo
Yeah.
Starfighter had two of those, one on the end of each engine on its wings. Um, and I was in the hospital visiting my Papa Larry in Plant City, and I got in the elevator. It was it was in the garage, the parking garage elevator. Um, I stepped in, and I had, you know, as kids do, I had my entire Naboo Starfighter Lego set that I took to the hospital with me. Because my mom's insane, and she's like, "Sure, take this whole Lego set that could fall apart at any second." Um, I was too protective of it, though. I'd never let it fall apart. Um,
Except for that one piece.
Yeah, I bumped my mom, and I watched the piece like spring off of the thing as if it was trying to escape my clutches, and like roll across the floor and slide in between the cracks on the elevator as the door was closing. And I was like,
Oh,
"Can we go back?" And she's like, there's nothing I could do."
oh god. Oh god. I can see it being dramatized in front of me.
God, I was upset. You know, I for literal years I was like searching just from like buying like
Searching for that one
boxes.
piece.
Well, yeah, because like I go to like yard sales and like get like tubs of Lego pieces to try to find like the same shade yellow to put on the back of the thing to replace it. Um, God, I remember it was like something I wanted for like years as a child, just to replace it.
Then you finally learn to
Um,
let go and move on with your life. Find
nope,
love. Be
no, I probably
happy.
just I don't have the set anymore, so because there was a that brief period in middle school when I around the time that we met, where like I went for like a year. I was like, you know what? I don't want toys anymore. I'm gonna grow up. I'm done with this. I need to be like a real man in middle school. Um,
See how quickly that fell apart.
yeah. So what I really did was sold everything I cared about. Um, And I ended up like keeping some stuff, but like I sold almost all of my Armada Transformers and all my other Transformers. I had like a bag of them, and I sold that bag. I'm like, God, I could just like I remember like holding the bag and like contemplating setting it out there on the front porch, like Jesus Christ. I remember like the weight of the bag and everything, and just like setting it down, and I'm like, I gotta
God
grow
damn,
up.
you're talking as if you're putting down a puppy.
I might as well have been, dude. I'm pretty sure I own everything I sold, so like currently.
Yeah. You bought it all back?
Yeah, not all the Legos though, because that's like harder to do. Um, which thankfully, again, I didn't sell all my Legos, but I sold a bit of stuff, and it's the stuff that did get sold that does upset me. Because there was a few niche things in there. I've almost been able to track down every single weird niche toy that I have like a vague memory of. The last two things that I like currently have in the back of my mind um, are one of them was like a faux transformer. It wasn't like a knockoff toy brand, but they were like robots. Um, and they pretty much like folded up, like their bodies folded up. They were like really skeletal. And then the car pieces clipped onto them, and it like made a nice tight car. And I had a brown and yellow one.
So like a reverse pretender?
Almost. It was definitely meant to like go against Transformers, but it was made by like not Hasbro, so it could have been like Mattel or anything else, or like Playmates or some weird shit.
Yeah.
But I had that and got rid of it. I did like it. It was interesting to me. Um, and the other thing was, I'm pretty sure it was either like a cereal toy or actually no, I think it was a McDonald's toy. Hang on, I might have just remembered everything about it. Hang on, let me just pull up Google real quick.
Oh man.
God damn it, Chris! I fucking did it, dude. Holy shit!
You did
Ah!
what?
Jesus Christ, I got it.
Did
My
you
God,
kill
I got
again?
it, dude.
Did you kill again?
2002 McDonald's Happy Meal Jungle Book 2 set.
Oh God.
Where you at, eBay?
Fucking shit.
Dude, I've struggled and like wrestled with that memory for so long, and like talking to you just like cracked like the last piece off of the fossil to where I'm like, I know what it is now. Like,
Oh
God. Let me screenshot this and show you. Apparently, the site had minifigures as well, which I didn't even remember. I just remember it because it had a really cool building scheme. Let me post that in chat real quick. Oh my God, dude. There's only so
Oh
many
shit, no,
like
fuck
this
you. I remember those. I fucking remember
They were
those
cool.
shit.
Oh man, 2000 to 2008 was like the year. Well, yeah, my childhood obviously, but it was like that was like it for toys for me. Like, man, everything from then. I'm pretty much staring at stuff from like 2002 to 2008 anyways right now. So like cuz the GI Joe Sigma 6 stuff was 2008. The Atomic stuff was 2005. Um the Micro stuff or Planet Micro was 2002, and the Hot Wheels Micro chain cars came in like 1990 to 2000.
Aren't Micro Machines coming back?
Yes, they are.
And not in the hey, we're making some Star Wars shit way, but in no, we're actually just making more toys way.
Yeah, they pass it off to Wicked Cool Toys, and I have some reservations about it. I think I talked to you about. I can't remember if I did or not. They're die-cast bodies, which is all right, but they're painted die-cast, so it's like I prefer to like have my Micro Machines be plastic with that piece of die-cast underneath, so it still had weight and they still made that rattly noise whenever you moved them around with like the little pin axle like rattling around and stuff.
Yeah.
But the real thing that bothers me about the new Micro Machines is they're not quite as detailed. Some of them aren't quite as detailed. Like they look a little too
fuzzy.
Maybe that's probably like the best word. It's like if not minimalist, but it's like there was just so much detail crammed into like the tiny ones where like the grills would have all the lines and stuff like that, and you know, small things like that. Even the Hot Wheels did it right, where it's like their Hot Wheels Atomics was like all of their most popular Hot Wheels models at the time, but just shrunken down. So, and these like don't really look that good, but it is also like the first run, And there are other micro cars currently that are selling very well. So like they're definitely going to be back, and if they do it right, they're going to like work. Because none of those other things are really doing good play sets, and that's one thing that they are doing. They rolled out the red carpet, and they're like, all right, we're doing Micro Machines half garage play set, half like storage thing, like there used to be. We're doing the fold out van again, and they're doing like a couple other like small sets that like fold out into stuff. I'm a bit worried about the pricing because
Yeah.
I saw something on there, and it was a car carrier, and it looked like a Tesla truck, like a Tesla semi truck, with
Yeah.
a two deck car carrier, and it said $15, and I was like, I don't know about $15 for that. Um, I don't know what I would pay for that for like one, maybe I don't know, not $15 actually, like $10, $8, something closer to that.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, no, I would not pay $15 for that because it's so much smaller. And the Hot Wheels semi trucks, yeah, there's no way it was $15. The Hot Wheels semi trucks, even the fancy ones that I think I might have shown you before, or we really seen, where it's like a race team and like an officially licensed semi truck with like a really nice car, and they're all like premium done model Hot Wheels cars.
Like to
Those are
scale.
$12.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are $12, and like the more like track oriented Hot Wheels brand, like the classic Hot Wheels, the semi trucks that they do with those that come with cars are $8. So if it's not cheaper than that, or at least the same price, then that's like way too pricey.
It's too rich for your
Because
blood.
well, no, because it's literally like it's the semi truck is Micro Machine scale, but it's just like it's got a bigger back so it could hold more cars. But even still, like that's such a tiny product. Unless it comes with like a bunch of cars, then I'd probably go for it.
Yeah.
The other thing I am kind of holding my judgment for though is it was just shown on floor at Toy Fair. There's no like product scans yet, so it could have been painted. They could have been like hand painted display models and not finished product display models. And especially at that scale, that would matter a lot.
Yeah.
Because the paint would be a little bit thicker, which would definitely cause it to be a little bit more cartoony. I don't even know what I'm saying about cartoony. I don't know. There's the beginning
Yeah, but
era of Micro
less
Machines.
detailed, but like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's the detail part that really gets me. Because detail is definitely why I like them. Because they're so small yet like so detailed.
And then you can put them
So
in your mouth and just chew them.
I never did that. Definitely put in my mouth, but I'd never bite down.
That's what she said.
I mean, not to me, because I prefer it the other way. But anyway,
Because you're a kinky bitch.
Hush. But
Let me remind you about the girlfriend you had, where you look like her father.
that wasn't my choice.
I know.
I didn't know about that
want-
going in.
She did want to call you daddy.
Well, yeah, and like I was like, I'm not. I literally said I'm not really that into it, but I'm sure like we could give it a go. And then I was like, sure, I'm kind of into it, whatever. And then like I met her dad, and I'm like, all right, let me just immediately exit this whole thing. We can't do this anymore, and I'm not telling you why. God. God, and I remember her walking up to us when we met, and she's like, you know, everyone else says you guys look alike, but I don't think so. And I'm like, man, I wish you wouldn't have brought that up when I was face to face with your dad. I'm like, I have to be physical with you later, and I'm still definitely going to do that. It's just going to be really weird.
God fucking damn it. Oh, shit. You do realize this being recorded and I'm posting this on the internet, right?
I don't care, dude.
I know.
I wouldn't be saying it if I cared.
Dude, how many times have you fucking told shit stories to random bunch of people?
I pick and choose who knows.
I know.
Just so you know.
I do realize this. I'm just stating the number of people you've told the shit story to is at least more than 10.
Oh, yeah. It's like 40.
Yeah.
At least.
Still more than 10. Fuck off. I know math.
I haven't even gone through the full spiel. No. Me, my boss, and my coworker were definitely high one time, and like I told them that story in the car.
Which one?
The AMC story. Not
AMC.
the mannequins.
Okay.
I feel like people like I definitely always do the AMC first, and then I'm like after I judge the crowd, I'm like, all right, maybe you want this one too. Right, it's depending on the person too, because I'm like, man, this one's actually weird. Like one, I just like viscerally shit myself in a bathroom. Like the other one, violation happened, and it wasn't me doing the violating. It was being violated partially and scared to death. So,
Oh god.
not going into detail on that one's going to be great if anyone ever listens to this at all. If they even make it this far past all the garbage we've talked about.
Oh, one day, because here's the thing. One day I'm going to be famous on YouTube, and I'm just going to say, hey, listen to this podcast I make with me and my friend. And they'll start from here.
Go back. Oh, Jesus. And I'll be dead.
No, you won't be dead. I'll turn you into a robot.
Oh, man, if the opportunity presents itself, I'll probably be interested in that. Not because it's like 40% because like robot, and like the rest, the other 60% because I definitely want to like be able to just see. I just want to like know what happens, just see how things go. So it'd be cool to just be around for a lot longer than what I'm supposed to be. Even though I am the pinnacle of human health right now, I know I will eventually die.
Oh man.
So we reach down and grab this gallon of sweet tea again and take another swig from that.
Oh god. Oh Jesus.
Got it. But yeah.
Hoofa doofa.
So what do y'all usually talk about on this podcast?
Well, normally the podcast we do is Analytical Fanboys, and we have like a random list of just fucking bullshit. Just books, comic books, movies, cartoons, whatever. And every episode we have a randomly picked one and we watch it and basically review it. That's it.
So like do you like Twitch stream that or just
No, we record it on like Discord and then we edit it and upload it on YouTube. In fact, the latest episode of that was released today where we talked about Gundam Unicorn.
Oh man, and you didn't call me.
Well, no,
have you watched all of Gundam Unicorn then?
Yeah, no, we watched all episodes of Gundam Unicorn to do that episode in like a week.
What do they call it? Something's box. Platinum box.
I know what you're talking about.
Laplace's block.
Paulusa's something, yeah.
No, Laplace's
blocks, yeah.
Box, yeah.
Bonanza.
Yeah.
I'm
really excited for Hathaway's Flash, by the way.
Oh yeah, I finished that and I was like, oh man, that was really good. And then I realized, oh shit, they're making a sequel. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, the movie.
Yeah.
Talking about Gundam Unicorn NT or narrative.
It's stuff like that, but like I was just because I still haven't finished 79.
Oh, the original, yeah.
Yeah.
That and like 8th MS Team. I think Thunderbolt's definitely my favorite.
I kind of want to watch at least the first part of Universal Century in like pretty much order. So 79 Zeta. I'm not sure about Double Zeta because I've heard it's not really that relevant.
I don't think I've seen Double Zeta.
And then Char's Counterattack, and then I'm just gonna go bouncing everywhere else.
That's fair. That's what I did. And right now we got the Origin going on, so
yeah.
And the Origin's like the pinnacle of like mobile suit right now, so.
But isn't it also like right before they invent mobile suits?
The first like 2 or 3 are.
Okay.
But if you like the characters, then it's just more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Which I actually do. A lot of Mobile Suit Gundam is like Star Wars Episode 1, the Senate scenes, but like a lot of that.
Yeah, I finally, you know what? You've always been a defender of them, but I finally started coming around to the prequels. I started realizing, you know what? All that hate inside me wasn't worth it. Fuck it, they're okay movies. They're good movies.
Yeah, there's definitely parts of them that I'm like, wow, this is great. Like the clones.
Yeah.
The military parts. That's pretty much all of it.
Yeah. Just every once in a while you get a weird scene where like, why are they in a 50s diner? Like, I get it, but like
I'm right now, hold on a minute.
It's just some of the aesthetic choices. I get the scene, I like the scene. You know what? I fucking like the dude Obi-Wan talks to. He's a cool dude.
Obi-Wan!
Yeah.
Right, he's got 4 arms and he gives him a hug. Yeah, they made a figure of that. They made a fake dude.
He looks like he smells like French fries.
Yeah, he looks not great. He looks interesting. It's just, ugh, man, there's definitely a cook in a bar or in a canteen. But yeah, I don't know. But would you agree with that though? Like especially Unicorn, it had a lot of like very
Oh yeah, it was very
Senate-y.
much. It was political and philosophical talk all in one.
Yeah,
Talking about the philosophy of politics, but also the political ideas of certain philosophies, and like trying to find the path forward. But some people are going like, "Yeah, no, fuck that path forward," and other people are going like, "No, we have to do this path forward," and everybody's just pissed off at each other.
yeah,
I really liked it. I really, really liked it. And I also liked how there was no like, I mean, besides like the very, very end, there was no like direct. We are the bad guy.
yeah.
It's a lot of people going like, I just want to try and make the best decision I can, and a lot of it's just, oh, we fucked up.
Honestly, like a lot of Mobile Suit Gundam does that, especially in '79, because it's a lot about showing you both sides. And like what it usually boils down to is like on both sides, the people in like the highest power are all corrupt and bullshit. And like when it starts going lower in the ranks, that's when it's like human beings fighting human beings.
Yeah.
What's his name? Hathaway's the dad of the kid from Hathaway's Flash and the original pilot of White Base. You know what I'm talking about.
The dude with the very tiny pupil eyes.
Yeah.
Bright.
Bright. There you go. Oh, is that why they called it Hathaway's Flash? Wow. Um but yeah, Bright.
Gundam
He
names are stupid, though.
huh?
Gundam names are stupid though.
Yeah.
The,
Except for Thunderbolt. That one's good. Well, never mind, because then there's the two movies, December Sky and Bandit Flower.
oh no, I'm talking about the character names, like Full Frontal.
Listen, I also like Full Frontal, so fuck you.
Dude, it sounds like you're making a nude reference.
Yeah, but whatever.
Like he's naked.
Fucking Benager, Char Ass Naples. Yeah,
Just give us a Steve. Gundam, just give us
I
a
don't know.
Steve. You don't think you don't think you would like a Steve in Gundam?
Mobile Suit Steve.
Mobile Suit
There's
Steve.
Alex.
Yeah, that's
Gundam Alex.
Gundams get the regular names. Humans get the fucked up
That's
names.
I think it's 0083.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of the names from Iron Blooded Orphans, but it's all there's a guy named fucking is it Biscuit?
Wow, fucking that's a fucking name. Fucking
I think his name is Biscuit. He's a fat dude named like Biscuit or something like that. And I love the character so much.
And perfect. That is beautiful.
Oh, he's a teddy bear too in the show. One of my favorite characters. Definitely watch the show if you want to know more. I won't say anything else about that.
You won't say anything more about Biscuit.
I don't think his name is Biscuit. I think it's something food related.
It's Scone.
100%. Let me just Google it real quick.
His name is English Muffin. That's what it's English Muffin.
Let's see. Characters we got. Oh my god, it is Biscuit. Son of a bitch.
It is Biscuit. Ah, son of a biscuit.
Biscuit Griffin. Orga, McGillis, Farid, Atra Mixta, Catra. Give me some more, dude. I need them. Oh, there's a Kyle.
Does he drink Monster and punch drywall?
That was one of the voice actors' names. Was Kyle.
Mikazuki,
August.
I mean, that's
Eugene
a Japanese
Sven
name.
Stark. Yeah. Norba Shino, Akiro, Atlin, Chad Chadman. Chad Chadman. It's a black guy, looks like, or Latino. I can't tell. It's really hard when it comes to. No, yeah, I think. All right, well, I don't even fucking know. If you look at the list I'm looking at, like it's whatever. I shouldn't have even tried. Dante Morgo, Takai Uno, Yamagi, Gilmerton, Ride Mass, Aston Atlin, Natty, Yukundoji, Cassipa. All right, that's about enough. Oh wait, no, I want to know what his Biscuit had. Oh, there you go. Biscuit Griffin's two twin nieces, are Cookie Griffin and Cracker Griffin. So,
fuck off, man.
Hold on. Don't just walk in my room and ask some stuff like that. Let me mute my chat because that was horrible.
All right.
Sorry. But yeah, there's also a really weird part in that show. And when I say really weird, I mean like, God, is it weird? Where like the it's a lot about the Yakuza and like the actual Yakuza, and the Iron Blooded Orphans form their own branch of the Yakuza. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just making sure. But they form their own
I only
branch.
walked away as a bit. It was a bit.
Oh, okay. Um, they form their own branch and called it Tewaz. Anyways, one the way that they get into that, like they meet a guy who's part of that, and he all of the crewmen of his ship are female, and his wives,
He has a
and he's got
harem.
like he's like a bunch of wives, and it's weird, and he's got a bunch of kids. If you watch that in any context, anytime, let me know because I'll do that with you.
Oh man.
Um,
We try not to watch long TV series because we tend to watch it over a course of a week, and if it's a full like 20 some odd episode anime, it just drains because we can do nothing else.
I get that, but Unicorn was 7 movies, right?
1 hour
I mean, yeah,
apiece.
yeah.
So, and also I put that on early on, and I didn't realize how long it was. That was me not
Gotcha.
properly vetting what it was. Like here are some things that are just in here, like Star Trek's Renegades, the pilot, Pacific Rim, Thomas and the Magic Railway for some reason.
Dude, oh my god.
Attack
Are
the
you
Block,
kidding me?
Speed
I still
Racer,
own that movie. What'd you say? Attack the Block?
Attack the Block, Speed Racers in here, Lilo and Stitch.
The movie Speed Racer?
Yes.
The actual good movie that no one should talk shit about?
Yeah, the one that the Wachowskis made, yeah.
Yeah. Weren't they like joking around about a new one? God, please, man. That's what I need before I die is another one of those.
Just call it live action Redline and nobody will be mad.
Dude,
Chronicles of Riddick,
oh my
Pitch
God.
Black.
I like that movie.
Edge of Tomorrow, Galaxy Quest, Castle of Cagliostro, Iron Giant. I guess we're gonna have to call you on that for that.
I do love that.
2011 Tintin movie.
I saw that as well.
Smash Mouth, Astro Lounge.
What is that?
The Smash Mouth album, Astro Lounge.
Huh.
The person I make this
right,
the person I make the podcast with is an unironic fan, a diehard fan of Smash Mouth.
I mean,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that is a statement he has.
I thought you also were an unironic fan of Smash Mouth, and I also am an unironic fan.
I haven't like the only Smash Mouth I've listened to is like the big singles, and that's it.
Well, I really liked when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, like Oingo Boingo, Fishbone, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Ghost, Red Hot Chili Peppers, The Pillows.
Yeah.
Well, that's a rough estimate of a list, and then there's like a bunch of WWE pay-per-views.
Dude, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. That movie made me think that every time I was going through like a roadway that had like the overhanging trees, I was gonna be like teleported.
Do you want to be brought on for that episode?
Maybe.
Oh, you know what? We should probably bring you on for the next episode that we'll do after he's done all moving and we start recording episodes again, because it's going to be Tron Legacy.
Oh my god, dude! Have you seen that before?
Yes, I have the poster of it in my room.
Oh, fuck! I love some Tron Legacy, man.
We both do. It's probably just going to be us praising it. We'll bring you in, so we can also have you going like fucking jacking off to Daft Punk.
I've been walking Cole through. No, I gotta be there by 10:30.
Observe the Cody in its natural habitat.
Not for long, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been for long, but not for much longer. Anyways, I've been walking Cole through Clone Wars, just because he loves like Anakin and Obi-Wan as characters, and like that is the best way to get those characters. He does really like the show, but he hates Star Wars.
Perfect.
and it's gonna be weird to like understand. Like he hates just like how much of Star Wars there is right now,
Oh, okay.
but he loves the Mandalorian, so he likes Star Wars. It's just
He wants to like Star Wars on his terms, not on the mass cultural terms.
yeah, like he's tired of seeing it, but like yet he will still regularly like check it out. And I'm trying to get him into Rebels. I'm trying to get him to Rebels. Trying to get him to like the newest season of what is it? The newest season of Clone Wars, just so like he could understand stuff about the Mandalorian.
Adult Swim's uploading the cartoon pilot that Psycho Pebbles did onto their website.
Ooh,
Have you been seeing clips of that?
no, I have not.
I watched like the first 6 seconds of it, and it was pretty good. Hold on, I am trying to fucking copy the link so I can just send it to you. So after this, you can watch it whenever you want. There we go. Copy. Boop, boop, boop. Pop, pop.
Let me take my ghillie suit over here to these trees and hide.
There, so you can watch it later.
Is it looking good so far?
What?
The pilot?
I watched like the first few minutes of it. It was pretty good. I ain't watching it now. I'm talking to you.
Fair enough.
But we have been talking for an hour and 40 minutes.
Right.
So
it was a while.
I will say this. Let's kind of wrap up this kind of bonus podcasty pilot podcast thing if ever one day you want to actually do a podcast on a regular basis. We can
I would say I'd be down for it.
It's just more of like figuring out schedule and timing and when you work, when I can do it, that kind of thing. And how we can just basically keep it like this and just bullshit and bring up topics whenever we want.
No, I could definitely do a more structured thing though.
Oh yeah, I want like
I definitely probably need to talk about toys.
I had an idea while we were talking this. What if we just went through old toys and just talked about them?
Yeah, I could literally do that until I die, until I'm out of breath.
Just like we pick a toy line, if you already know it like the back of your hand, I'll just fucking ask you dumb questions about it.
Like on Reddit I found something called like Metal Knacks or something like that, or Meta Knacks, and it'd be something like I'd talk about something I didn't know about before, but it's interesting.
Well, we may have a cartoon pilot because that's essentially what we did with Micro Machines this episode.
Yeah,
we talked a long time about Micro Machines. So if anybody listens to this and like that kind of content, tell us in the like this video, because that's how we upload these podcasts to YouTube, because don't have a way to upload it to iTunes. Put a comment, whatever. But this is the podcast, whatever. Don't normally have an outro, so I'll just do my typical bullshit. And if you want to plug shit, you can go ahead and plug shit. So I'm Chris Boingo Rider Gaston. I make video editorials on the YouTube. You can find my shit at Boingo Rider. You can find me on Twitter at Boingo_Rider, where I do jack shit because I fucking hate Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at Boingo_Rider, where I do jack shit because I never leave the house. And you can join my Discord server. A link to that is in the description. Cody, do you have anything you would like to plug?
I don't know. What is, I guess I could do my Twitch and my what is it, my Instagram. I just have to physically go look at those so I could tell them the proper thing. My name is Cody Burke, and my Instagram is never_robot, and my Twitch is probably Snowcone83 if I'm smart. It's Snowcone83, no space. My picture on both is the same picture of an artist's representation of me inside of a robot crab. So
if you haven't been able to tell, there's a general theme with him of robots.
Yeah, and there's also a subgenre of things that I like, of which are crabs, which are pretty much living robots.
What about lobsters?
I like lobsters too. Crustaceans, insects, anything, whatever. My name is Cody.
General invertebrates.
End it.